Hello, and welcome to cleaning my nasty, fucking, disgusting, filthy, gross, disgusting shower 2. I moved into this apartment on August 1st. It is... Wait, I filmed these with the front camera. Wait. Sorry, baby forgot how to be a YouTuber. I moved into this apartment on August 1st, and ever since then, on my to-do list on my whiteboard, I have had clean bathroom written on the whiteboard. I haven't erased it because I haven't fucking cleaned it yet. It is October 27th. For the first couple weeks, it was like, oh, he just moved in. And I moved in and it was fucking disgusting. Like, it's not my dirt, you know? But now it's been 3 months. It's kind of my dirt. You know, I think we've moved beyond whoever's dirt was here before. I've piled so much additional dirt on top of it. It's pretty much my dirt. Okay, so anyway, step 1, I went to the store and bought a brush because all I had was like rags, and let me show you, like, these tiles, they're supposed to be white, they're like orange, like genuinely, because they've got that like bathroom mold on them. So I figured like a wash rag situation just like wasn't gonna cut it, so we had to get the brush. If you're wondering why I called it 2, because obviously I've never done this before, I just thought it would be fun to say 2. This is not going to be any sort of cleaning tutorial. I have this that I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna wait 1, 2, 3, 4, but 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna scrub it with this. When I was making those videos in April, if you watch them, if you haven't, you should go watch them. I feel like I put a lot of work into them. They were pretty cool. My intent was to start doing YouTube while I was doing that. And then I was working on my album, which is finished. I actually just got the masters back today, which is so fucking cool. And they sound like amazing, which is crazy. Like I figured like they'd sound better than, also these are not all my things. This was all left behind by like an old roommate. So I don't know what the fuck this is, right? I kind of figured my masters would sound, which are like the final versions of the songs, right? This might be my roommate. I figured they would sound like better than my EP for sure, but like I am like in awe of how fucking good they sound. Shout out to my friend Isaac who mastered them. He fucking killed it. Oh, this is open. Okay, I did almost just dump that all over myself. Anyway, so I wanted to start doing YouTube in April, and then I was working on the album while also trying to finish up college. I was trying to do that, and then I was like, wait, maybe instead of piling YouTube on top of that, like, we could just finish the album, which is kind of my whole thing. It felt right. I was like, you know what, I just want to like take a couple months and just like make an album and then just like be done. And now it's done. I'm so excited. I literally can't wait for people to hear it because it's so fucking cool. But yeah, I mean, obviously there's a certain level of corniness to like self-announce that you're gonna like start doing YouTube. And it's especially embarrassing for me because I've started and stopped probably 57 times over the course of the last 22 years that I've been alive, which makes it a little bit extra embarrassing for me. So I'm not like announcing I'm starting YouTube. My intent is to start doing YouTube again. I enjoy making videos, and every time I'm in a phase where I'm making videos, 2 months later I go back and watch them and I'm like, oh my god, these are so good. I wish I had continued making them because I don't know, cataloging my life in this way. But yeah, I want to talk about what I've been up to, obviously. So I'm turning 23 in 2 weeks, which feels ancient. I feel like a dinosaur every single day. This is empty. This is going in the garbage. The shower is so gross. Like, it's actually so disgusting. It's like pissing me off. But I just got hired for my first full-time job. Don't mistake that for excitement. It's not excitement at the job. It's excitement for the... Okay, I want to just get ahead of the narrative and say, this needs to go in the trash. I'm not doing that right now. Like, we'll cross that bridge someday. My truth does not include disposing of and replacing that shower curtain, so I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I got a job, which is fun. I'm very fortunate. I like to go in the office 1 day a week, because if I had to go in the office more than 1 day a week, I would, obviously. It's not a me thing. Like, it's not like I just wasn't built to be in the office. It's like no one was meant to be in the office. You know what I mean? Like, every time I'm in there, I'm like, I don't mean this in that I need to open this window before I die of asphyxiation. Why is it locked? What the fuck? I don't mean that in that TikTok-y way of like, you know, I don't dream of work. No one was meant to work. We're meant to frolic in a field. It's not that we're not supposed to work, but the fluorescent lights are not a vibe, right? They're just not a vibe. I get a headache. I have a headache every single day I'm in there. However, I'm very fortunate because I'm so fortunate in this literally terrible economy that I have a job and that it's like a good job, and it's not like what I want to do, but it was my major. So like on paper, you know, if you read my resume and then looked at my position, you'd be like, oh, he's doing what he wants to do. Now, obviously, I want to be a singer-songwriter, but I was a business major, so, you know, you're going to be like, oh, he's doing what he wants to do. Oh, he's following his dreams. I don't know, this is so gross. This is actually like, you don't notice it because you see it every day, you know, it's like the boiling the frog slowly or whatever. This is actually the grossest fucking shower I've ever seen in my life. And it's by far the grossest shower I've ever like owned or regularly, like it's disgusting. Another crazy thing that's been happening to me. Just now I was watching Dan and Phil. We'll get back to that. But I Googled the word Celsius to Fahrenheit converter because they kept mentioning like, it's 4 degrees Celsius. And I like didn't know what that meant. I was looking at the converter thing and I was like, oh, that's so weird. They spelled it like CELSIUS. And I was like, why would they spell it like the energy drink on the converter? Because in my head, this whole time I've thought the energy drink spelled with an S was like a sporty way of spelling Celsius, because I thought Celsius was spelled CELCIUS. But it turns out the energy drink is named after the temperature and the spelling was not modified and it's always done with an S. So, some music I've been listening to recently, my own album. And not just because I was mixing and mastering it, but because it's amazing. I didn't fully mix it, to be clear. I'm not taking credit for that. And the guy I worked with, we had like an arrangement. He sent me all the stems and then I basically did like the final check mix on it. So like I kind of adjusted all the little like finishing touches, which was really cool. I feel like I learned so much about production doing that, and also it was so fun. And it was really good as like an OCD baddie to like, instead of having all these little things of like, oh, what if we had just tried this, which is like annoying for a producer because they're like, dude, shut up. You know, it's my music. Obviously I care more about it than like anyone else in the entire world, right? So it's so much easier for me to just do that myself. It was like a vibe, and I feel like it sounds so good, which is exciting. Besides that though, it's fall, so I've been listening to The Neighborhood, which I like exclusively listen to in October. I'm super excited. Eli's album comes out tomorrow, which if you're not on that, you need to get on that because she's about to release like the best fucking album of the entire year. I'm so excited. I think All at Once is like one of my favorite songs released this entire year. It's so fucking cool. That's it, all at once. I love when people like try, and she's really trying, which is really exciting. Vision of a Life by Wolf Alice, that's like the fall album to me. Calico by Ryan Beatty, obviously. True Romance Charlie XCX, which is more like winter, but you know, you can kind of start with that now. So off camera between shots, I'm listening to Nina Geraci. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, I'm so sorry. Every time I see your name, I think ninja, and then my brain like short circuits, but Nina Geraci's album is so fucking good. I actually did try listening to it a few months ago, and I listened to it for 37 seconds, and I was like, Roblox, music, and then I like turned it off. But I keep seeing it on my Twitter, and people, you know, obviously are really into it, so I was like, let me give it another go. I think I get it now. I don't know why. It just needed a minute to click, and now I'm like, oh, wait, it's really fun. Oh, wait, it's really fun. I've never been to London. London. And that's the truth. That's the truth. That's the truth. Okay, update on the dirt. It's still cooking. I think I'm just gonna leave it and let the chemicals do their thing a little bit longer than probably 10 minutes. So I'm going to attempt to start scrubbing. No, this is so gross. Okay, this is actually fucking disgusting. Ew, it's like brown. I thought it was just kind of orange. Should I like wet the brush first? I feel like I should wet the brush. And I just walked in the shower with my bare feet, and now I'm gonna track the... Okay, we are post-scrub. It still looks like shit. I'm gonna try to like wipe it down. But I've been watching a lot of Dan and Phil, because if you didn't know... Ever heard of it, honey? If you didn't know, they just hard lunched. as being a couple. Not
only are they a couple, they were dating the whole time since 2009, which is crazy.
I never really watched them in middle school because, like, you know, ironically, because kind of their whole shtick. Not shtick, that's not the right word. Ironically, based on who they are, right? I was also closeted in middle school, and so I wasn't watching Dan and Phil because anyone I knew who was watching Dan and Phil, like, I mean, I was friends with them, but, like, I would have never admitted to watching Dan and Phil because it was, like, I guess for girls at the time. So I didn't know they were gay. Well, this is really interesting, riveting fucking content that my fucking forehead talking on the floor. One thing about me is if there's gay guys involved, I'm fucking there. I'm gonna be watching it, right? So I've been watching a lot of Dan and Phil. And first of all, they're a ball. I don't know why nobody told me that. They're so much fucking fun. But also, I really, like, see myself in them a lot, which is cool. I feel like I very often, like, I have, like, gay guy idols, but, like, I never really, like, I guess I kind of struggle sometimes to actually see myself in them, in the sense, like I love Troye Sivan, but, like, I wouldn't say I relate to Troye Sivan that deeply, other than, like, the fact that we're both gay. But I don't know, Dan and Phil both being, like, not to label myself, I'm saying this is what other people have said, like, moderately above average, funny people, like gay guys who are also kind of, like, geeky. I don't know, I don't think I'm particularly geeky, but, like, I feel like they would call themselves geeky, but, like, sort of geek adjacent, we'll say. I feel there's a lot of gay media personalities, like, I don't know, like Bowen Yang is on SNL, right? I don't really see myself in him that much. I don't feel like we could kiki. He seems like a fucking vibe. I just don't think we're on the same sort of, like, if you took the gay adjective away, I don't know that we're that similar. Not that I'm the most unique gay guy on the planet either. Like, you know, I fucking love Ariana Grande, right? But I feel like there's no way to say this without sounding ridiculous. Like, I mean, like, I like Ariana Grande, but I also like The Legend of Zelda. Like, congratulations. I don't know. This is me from 20 minutes later. I want to retroactively... The fuck? Holy shit. I just want to say, I'm trying to be more earnest. You know, I do feel as though sometimes I don't feel as represented in the media as a gay guy who, like, likes Ariana Grande. But also when I was 13, the pop star I was kind of handed by the heavens is Samus Aran from Metroid. Does that, like, make sense? Does that make sense? I don't know. That's my truth, though. Okay, back to cleaning the bathroom. They're so much fun. They're so funny. Like, you could just watch and watch and watch and watch and watch and watch and watch. Now I'm like, oh my god, because I can't just, like, you know, watch them. Now I'm like, why did I go to their tar? Like, I purchased a Patreon, right? Like, I'm there. Whoa, you can see my ear in the mirror in the corner. I'm gonna move that. That cannot be... That's so annoying, I'm sorry. So, and I already made a TikTok about this, so if you saw it, I'm sorry. But also go follow me on TikTok if you didn't see it. I find it very comforting that they have been together so long because, like, I, you know, as someone who's 17, I gained sentience in 2009, right? About, like, I was born in 2002, so in 2009 I was, like, 7, you know. Maybe 2008. Like, I really feel like my first memories are from, like, 2009. And so for me, like, my entire life, like, anything that's ever happened to me, at least that I can remember and that holds some importance to me, like, they were dating that whole time, which, I don't know, it just makes me feel very, like, comforted in a sense of, like, nevertheless, fan persisted. Literally all the trials and tribulations I've ever gone through, you know, we've worked through it, and so have Dan and Phil. They've been dating the whole time. I said this on my TikTok, and it sounds... I feel like saying it once was enough, and so repeating it makes it sound ridiculous, but I'm going to repeat it anyway just because this is the second half of that bit. But, like, it did really make me kind of start to, like, actually understand Christians, not in the sense of, like, Dan and Phil are my God, but in the sense of, like, that, like, all-encompassing kind of comforting, floating being, not watching over you, but it just has always been there, you know? Like, part of God is just the fact that, like, there's always this thing above you, no matter what happens when you get, you know, your kid gets run over by a car, you get a divorce, or whatever. Like, God has always been there that whole time. You wanna see something gross? You see the brown water? And I kind of feel that way about Dan and Phil. I was hit with that I was struck with that realization. I was like, oh my god, this is how people feel about God. That's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna try turning the shower on to kind of rinse the sludge from the bottom. It actually does look so much better. I might just give up and call this good enough. It definitely, like, you know, it's missing a certain sparkle. I wouldn't rent this out as a hotel room, but the white is no longer orange. Donald Trump when he hasn't had a spray tan in a while. The white is no longer orange, so that to me is a win and sort of good enough. Because I also need to, like, I'm not going to do this on camera, but I need to, like, clean the toilet. And also the wall is, like, dusty. I don't know if you can see it. Like, the wall's dirty. I didn't, you know, I guess I have to clean the wall. I don't really think about cleaning the wall, but sometimes you have to clean the wall. There's dirt on the wall. And here's the after. Okay. And I somehow broke this. I don't even know how that happened. I just came back to the sink and it was like this. So. Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Antique. This has been cleaning my nasty, filthy, fucking butt, disgusting poop from a butt, gross, gross, gross bathroom 2. That's ANTIQUE. You can find me on TikTok, and this is the most annoying fucking sentence I've ever said in my entire life, but you can find me on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram as antique_IV, like the Roman numeral 4, _ Roman numeral 4. Follow me on TikTok. I've been posting the bullshit you post on TikTok. I'm not anti-TikTok. I love TikTok. But sometimes I post things that I'm like, that was fucking bullshit. You know, it's just the name of the game. So follow me if you want to watch me post good videos mixed in with bullshit. And subscribe to my YouTube channel because I want to do more of these because I thought this was really fun. So thanks for watching. I hope you found this engaging. Give me a like, give me a comment. Tell me what should I clean next. I'm like a clean monster now. Okay, goodbye. Oh, my album will be out in a few months, but new single will be out in a few weeks because the whole thing's mastered. So now I'm like, wait, I guess you could put a single out. Me. Okay, bye.